Remember, redirection is always more effective than simple attempts to squelch behavior, right? So if you step in and your first thing, your dog wants to do something and you don't want him to do it, instead of just trying to make him stop, give them something else to do. Direct their energies into another activity. So if my puppy's out there and it's at the end of the leash because it wants to go play with that other dog, instead of just trying to get it to stop and then stand there and trying to get it to stop and then stand there, so, hey, how about we do this? And channel their energy into some other activity, whether it's play or food work or whatever, but turn them away from that and give them something else to do with that energy. And this is going to be the same when it comes to chewing and other behavior around the house. If anytime my dog grabs something that they grab my shoe or something I don't want them to have, I trade them for something that I want them to have. Not that, this. Not that, this. And we're constantly redirecting their energies. And that's much better than just saying, hey, don't grab that. Hey, don't grab that. And they're like, well, I stopped, now what? They've got nothing else to do, so I'm going to grab it again, right? And so you have to increasingly be harsher and harsher with the dog because they got nothing else to do with that energy. And a lot of behavior, especially in puppies, a lot of mouthing behavior and that sort of thing, is rooted in play. Puppies mouth you because they want to play, right? So give them something to play with that's an appropriate thing to play with instead of just trying to stop them from mouthing you, right? That's how they play with each other. That's how they interact with the world. They don't have hands. They use their mouth. All right. Remember, restraint builds drive and increases motivation, right? And so be careful if you have your dog out on a harness, because we're walking our puppies around a lot on harnesses in the early stages, because again, I don't want them pulling on a leash and collar all the time, so we have them out on harnesses, then you have to pay attention to what they're paying attention to. So your puppy sees something and it really wants it and you're pulling it away on a harness, you're actually increasing motivation for that thing. So try to control their focus and pay attention to what they're paying attention to if you have a dog and don't just hold them back and let them watch stuff. This is a biggie. People do this all the time with their dog. If your puppy is hard staring at something, like you're holding your puppy and your puppy's really staring at something, like, wow, that's interesting, you might want to tap them and say, hey, don't look at that so much. You're creating a problem sometimes or creating an obsession. Your puppy's deciding what they're going to think of this. And some puppies are like, they'll look at something and go, oh, that's not a big deal. And they're back to doing what they're doing. Your puppy's like this, ooh, what's that? They're one step away from either wanting to chase it or bark at it or something else. So pay attention to where their focus is, especially when you have your dog on harnesses and stuff. Don't be careful about pulling them away from things you don't want them to have.